So the concept is maximizing your 10-minute net worth and your 20-minute net worth. This sounds simple, it is, and scarily effective if your decisions in the game actually revolve around this. There are a few exceptions, but just to keep it simple, we can think like this. Put this metric as your North Star, right? Your compass. This works for all my carry students at lower MMRs and also me in 8K MMR. The idea here is that net worth matters, right? And the 10 and 20 minute mark are just kind of arbitrary markers that I use to like signal, I guess, high net worth. But the reason they're relatively early into the game is because everything in Dota compounds, right? So the faster you get your power treads, the faster you will get your maelstrom, right? And the faster you get that, the faster you will get your BKB, which will turn a key team fight, right? And with levels too, right? Even more generally, the more farm you get, the faster you can farm. So the early farm matters a lot to get the farm snowball rolling. Basically, early farm enables faster farm, which enables even faster farm, right? And it just keeps going. So if you have a good 10-minute net worth, you will likely have a good 20-minute net worth. And if you have a high 20-minute net worth, you will likely continue scaling very well into the late game. Before I get into more sauce, listen up guys, because this will affect the future of my Dota content. I am partnering with Game Leap, yes, that noob speed, and they're supporting all my Dota content, and they're allowing me to make more Dota content than ever, better Dota content than ever, and I'm playing Raid Shadow Legends now. And if you want to support me and keep seeing my Dota content, play Raid with me. So join the Krabby Raid clan. Click the link in the description and get 2 legendary champions and 3 epic champions, and this is like $200 worth of stuff, or like 6 to 12 months of free-to-play grinding, especially as a carry. Your main job is to become the most powerful hero on the map and basically be able to kill all the enemy heroes. And to do that, you need to be high net worth. This is how you accumulate power in Dota. It's golden XP. Going back to the fundamentals with this one, guys. Stick to the fundies. So anchor your gameplay to these 10 and 20 minute net worth numbers. Then what happens when I start doing this and when my students start doing this is we have a frame for how to make decisions. Because you have this like mental model or framework, you'll make much better decisions. It'll be very obvious not to show up to the terrible fight, or it'll be obvious not to walk halfway across the map for some mediocre fight instead of farming like 2 waves and 4 jungle camps. Looking at it through this frame will just filter out the bad decisions for you, like almost automatically. And it's gonna prevent you from going like Silent Hill meme running through the thick fog. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like the guy with the PS2 graphics running through the fog. Giga feed mode. That's what happens when you don't have like a North Star or a direction, right? This is giving you direction. And when it comes to specific numbers, honestly, it depends on the hero, right? Some heroes just naturally farm faster. Generally though, a good 10-minute net worth goal I set for myself is about 4.5k plus at 10 minutes. And then a good 20-minute net worth goal is 10.5k plus. Generally. Another thing to keep in mind is that if you have a strong 10-minute net worth and then a not so strong 20-minute net worth, it means that this is the area of the game that you should look at because something went wrong in your efficiency at that point in the game. But always start at the 10-minute net worth, guys. Start earlier, right? If you start addressing your issues earlier in the Dota game, they'll have more impact because the early game in Dota is more replicable and predictable, and it all compounds. For whatever reason, people love to focus on like mistakes they make at 40 minutes into the game, when in reality, the game would be totally different if they just played the first or, you know, the 5 to 15 minute mark differently. So this is why I'm saying 10-minute net worth is so important. 10-minute net worth is probably more important than 20-minute net worth, to be honest. Consistency, guys, is another huge point here, right? Every single game, you should make sure that you're hitting these net worth numbers. And if you're not, you did something wrong and you don't deserve to win. One major thing as well that's going to help, I know I don't really want to get into like how to do this in this video, but it's just not dying, right? I just want to say, PSA guys, stop normalizing deaths. Every single death, especially on carry, matters a lot. It's going to take a lot away from your net worth. It's like the anti-snowball. Dying is the anti-snowball. The best 1 and 3 players are the ones who consistently hit these net worth numbers every game. So they're just a consistently powerful, impactful unit in the Dota game, regardless of what the enemy throws at them. So again, make this the center of your focus, guys. Just try it. Watch your gameplay improve. And this applies to position 1 and also position 3, I would say, the most. It's very relevant for 3, actually. And I think you'll find that once you start framing decisions as which choice will maximize my 10-minute net worth or my 20-minute net worth, then you'll have a much easier time making better decisions. Because sometimes, and I'm not just telling you AFK farm, right? I can already see the copers in the comments. That is not what I'm saying. Because sometimes maximizing your 10-minute net worth, your 20-minute net worth does involve killing heroes. In fact, a lot of the time it does, right? If you can TP into a fight and get a double kill and an enemy tower, of course you want that. That's going to accelerate you more than farming, you know, 1 creep wave and 2 camps, right? And what some of my students first think when I introduced them to this way of thinking is they think that it's like selfish, right? And that they need to help their team. But the flaw in this is that as a carry, we want to play for our own game, right? This is the nature of the carry role. We help ourselves now so that we can help our team win the game later because of how powerful we are, right? We are the win condition. It's just not your role as carry to like be bailing out your team. Even as an offlaner these days is like a second carry. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub, guys, if you enjoyed this. And more importantly, download Raid and do the tutorial if you want to support me and see this Dota content for the long haul, right? Every download, every tutorial really does mean a lot, guys.